I'm 19 and I was homeless for 4 months. I'm gonna share with you how I went from living in a home to being homeless, and how I got out of being homeless, and how it changed my perspective on life. So how did I even become homeless? So back in January of 2025, the Ian fires in California burned down majority of Altadena. All the properties are just now, it's just land, there's nothing there. That made the housing market go up, especially for houses that were located in like hills and mountain areas. The house I was living at got put on sale even while I was living there. And that's because the place I was living at was a family friend, and I was pretty much house sitting the house. But I was living there for about 2 years originally. I originally thought I was gonna move out in April, but then it turned out I had to move out in 2 weeks. And this was in mid-February. About 5 days before I have to move out, my car engine explodes. Now I don't have a car and I don't have enough money to fix it. I asked my dad, hey, can I borrow your car? The catch about it is that it has expired tags since 2022. Keep in mind, it's 2025. And so I get his 2012 Santa Fe. I have it for like the last week I'm living at the house. So I take everything, guitars, my clothes, my bed frame, my computers, my amps, everything, and I put it into a storage unit. And besides work on the side, I also do content on TikTok. I do a bunch of music covers and I make music. That put a big halt on my content making. I originally had 100,000 followers. I'm at 107,000 now. So the day I move out, I only have a car with expired tags, a bag for my hygiene, and a bag of clothes, and that's it. So I have no money, and I'm gonna be sleeping in a car for a while, and I know that. And so the first thing I do is I ask my boss if I could get more hours. And so I started working 40 to 50 hours a week as a manager at this cafe. During the first month, I go to my dad's ex-girlfriend's place, sleep on her couch. I slept in my car a lot because work was so far, it was an hour away from my dad's ex-girlfriend's house, so I would just sleep in the car a lot to save money on gas. Best places to sleep in your car are either public garages, neighborhoods and safe areas, or outside like a friend's house. And so I start living more at my dad's ex-girlfriend's house, and now it's now like 2 months. It's kind of long, so just like, you should try to find a place, this and that. So I felt bad and I decided to move out and just go full-time with the car. So it was about 2 months in. I had a good amount of money saved up. I was able to buy a new used engine. The reason why I took that route instead of using that money to get a place is because it expired tags on my dad's car. And I would constantly get pulled over, getting threatened that the car is gonna get towed. And I would always come up with a good excuse or be honest with them and just be like, hey, I'm homeless and my car's in the shop right now, the engine blew up, this and that. And I used that same excuse for a while. So we're like 2.5 months in being homeless. I get my car back, I take the Santa Fe back to my dad's, fuck that car. And I start sleeping in my own car. And the thing with my car is that's a bit smaller. I was still able to put a bag of clothes, a bag full of hygiene stuff, and maybe a guitar just to write music. So I don't have a place and I need to take showers, right? I hit up one of my old friends from high school and he's like, yeah, you can stay, you can sleep on the couch. I use our bathroom, take showers in. And so I started doing that for about another month and a half. And at the same time, he lives 45 minutes away from work, so I'm still sleeping in my car to save gas, sleeping in parking lots next to my job, doing all I can to save up to get a place. That's the most important thing, is a roof over my head, get back on track with what I want to do with my life. I save up enough money to where it's safe to get a place, put a security deposit down. So I found a place like 10 minutes away from work, and I go meet the landlord, sign a contract and all this other stuff to get the place, security deposit, explaining rules. And it's a place with other roommates, but I have my own room, as you can see. And it's a pretty big room. And I want to do content and get back on doing what I love, is creating music and inspiring people. So I get this place, working the same job. So that was the very vague version of it. There are very crazy small details that happen within it. There was a point where I was unemployed and homeless, and it absolutely reeked. And of course, there was a lot of nights where I would just sit in my car and just cry for hours. There were nights where I wanted to find an easier way out. And one thing that helped me from not doing any of that stuff to myself was I have purpose. I have people that look up to me, whether that's music or to be inspiring or to be a symbol to them that it's not over. That was a story of me of how I got homeless, was being homeless, and how I got out of it. So one of the biggest things that changed my perspective, it's in black and white, is that nobody's coming to save you. And I've heard that 1,000 times before I was homeless, but I never really understood it. And I'm gonna try my best to help you understand what it really means. When I first became homeless, when I lost everything I put everything in a storage unit, when I lost time to music, when I lost my time to having fun, when I lost my time to going out with my friends, and I had to spend all my time on a job and save up money, that's when you realize you have to do it all yourself. You're not gonna have somebody come up to you with their hand out with $100,000 on it saying, go get yourself a place, go get yourself a new car, get yourself some nice food. The real thing is, I didn't have anyone to cry with all night. I didn't have anyone tell me that I'm gonna make it. And you become self-made, you become yourself, you become your own person. And being self-made is the most important thing that anybody should have in their personality. It's not pride or ego, it's confidence. It's knowing that you've been through the hardest shit and you managed to pull through. Another hard thing was telling people your situation because I felt embarrassed about it. I felt I really am homeless. If you're struggling right now, I want you to know it's not over. It's gonna take a while, depending on your situation, how deep you are into it. Trust me, you're gonna feel like you're at the bottom. I know exactly how it feels, and it's not a good feeling, and that's okay. My best advice is give it all you got. Do everything you can to still have a smile on your face, because that's what really matters most. I learned even though life, as hard as it gets, it's still always worth it to put a smile when you go to work, when you see your friends, when you see your family, because connection matters a lot. Another thing that really helped me was this saying, no matter how dark it is, if there even is a little bit of light, it will still light up that room. And a really important lesson and a really good piece of advice is you cannot just be mad at the world. And that goes for anybody, no matter what situation you're in. Because if you're just mad at everyone, you're just gonna get that hatred back at you. That was just a really short summary of pretty much everything in 4 months. Obviously, a lot more stuff happened that was like really traumatic and just like things that are hard to talk about. I wanna start sharing myself more on this kind of video format because you guys don't really know me. Other than that, thank you guys for watching and have a great day.